From ordinary to extraordinary, your path to success starts here. Have you ever wondered if you're meant for something more? Are you finding yourself in the routines of life, thinking, is this all there is? Today, let's dive into some lesser-known stories from the Bible, stories of people who went from average to extraordinary by embracing faith, courage, and purpose. In this message, we'll cover 10 powerful lessons that reveal the path to living a life of meaning and purpose. First, recognizing your unique potential, Bezalel's unique craftsmanship. Second, facing challenges with courage, Benaiah's bold faith. Third, finding vision and purpose, Deborah's leadership. Fourth, faithfulness in small things, Ebed-Melech's compassionate action. Fifth, humility and service, the unknown widow's offering. Sixth, perseverance in standing for truth, the prophet Micaiah's stand for truth. Seventh, embracing gratitude, the cleansed leper who returned. Eighth, the power of forgiveness, Philemon's reconciliation with Onesimus. Nineth, walking by faith instead of fear, Jonathan and his armor-bearer's bold attack. 10th, living a life rooted in love, Hannah's dedication of Samuel. By the end of this journey, you'll have a practical guide inspired by faith to live a life filled with purpose and joy. 1. Recognizing your potential, Bezalel's unique craftsmanship. Exodus chapter 31 verses 1 to 5. See, I have called by name Bezalel, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. Bezalel was chosen by God to build the sacred objects of the tabernacle, the Ark of the Covenant, the golden altar, and other holy items. He wasn't a prophet or a king, yet he had a talent for craftsmanship, which he used with dedication and faith. God's blessing transformed his work into something holy and meaningful. Bezalel's story is powerful because it shows us that each of us has unique skills. Perhaps you're a teacher, a parent, a student, or an artist. No matter what your gifts are, they have a purpose. Like Bezalel, recognizing your abilities and using them with intention can make a significant impact. You may not think of your skills as sacred, but they are gifts with the potential to bring beauty, love, and inspiration to others. Lesson: embrace your unique skills, they're your gift to the world. 2. Courage in the face of challenges, Benaiah's bold faith. 2 Samuel chapter 23 verses 20 to 21, and Benaiah went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow. Benaiah was a warrior who did something unimaginable. He chased a lion into a pit and defeated it. He didn't wait for safety, he actively pursued the challenge in front of him, even in the most dangerous circumstances. This story teaches us that courage isn't about the absence of fear, it's about acting despite fear. Many of us have lions in our lives, challenges that seem insurmountable. Perhaps it's a difficult relationship, a job loss, or a health issue. Benaiah's story shows that we don't need perfect conditions to face our challenges. Even if the ground is slippery, or the timing is inconvenient, we can still overcome what's in front of us. When we act with courage, we open ourselves up to the extraordinary. Lesson: face your fears with courage, even if the path is uncertain. 3. Vision and purpose, Deborah's leadership. Judges chapter 4 verse 4, and Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time. Deborah was a judge and prophetess who led with vision and purpose. She courageously guided her people, making decisions that changed the course of her nation's history. When we have a purpose in life, it becomes a source of strength. Deborah's story demonstrates the power of a clear vision. She saw what needed to be done, and she took action. This vision gave her strength and clarity, enabling her to overcome obstacles and inspire others. Like Deborah, having a purpose in life provides motivation to keep moving forward, even when challenges arise. Lesson: a clear purpose brings strength and direction. For faithfulness in small things, Ebed-Melech's compassionate action. Jeremiah chapter 38 verse 7, Now when Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, the king then sitting in the gate of Benjamin, Ebed-Melech, an Ethiopian servant, saw the prophet Jeremiah being mistreated and thrown into a cistern. Though he was a foreigner with little status, he approached the king and pleaded for Jeremiah's life, taking action when others wouldn't. He could have easily ignored the situation, but he acted with compassion and faithfulness. Ebed-Melech's story teaches us that we don't need a high position to make a difference. Even in small roles, we can show integrity and kindness. When we're faithful with the small things, we're preparing ourselves for greater opportunities. Each small act of kindness, honesty, or integrity builds a foundation for a life that matters. Lesson: small acts of integrity pave the way for greater things. 5. Humility and service, the unknown widow's offering. Mark chapter 12 verses 42 to 44, And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a farthing. A poor widow came to the temple and offered 2 small coins as her gift. Others were giving large sums, but Jesus said that her offering was the greatest of all because she gave all she had. This widow's story is a beautiful example of humility and generosity. Her giving wasn't about wealth, it was about faith and sincerity. In life, we often feel pressured to have more, do more, or give more. But this widow teaches us that it's not about the amount, it's about the heart behind our actions. True greatness comes from humility and sincerity, not from status or wealth. When we give from the heart, even if it seems small, it has the power to make an extraordinary impact. Lesson: true value lies in giving from the heart. 6. Endurance through perseverance, the prophet Micaiah's stand for truth. 1 Kings chapter 22 verse 14, And Micaiah said, As the Lord liveth, what the Lord saith unto me, that will I speak. Micaiah, a prophet, stood alone to speak the truth to King Ahab, even when all the other prophets told the king what he wanted to hear. Micaiah was thrown into prison for his honesty, yet he remained steadfast, trusting in his calling. In today's world, standing for what's right is often difficult. We may feel pressure to conform or stay silent, but Micaiah's story reminds us that integrity matters. When we persevere in our principles, we gain inner strength and inspire others to do the same. Lesson: stand for truth, even if it costs you. 7. Gratitude, the cleansed leper who returned. Luke chapter 17 verses 15 to 16, And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, and with a loud voice glorified God, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks. 10 lepers were healed by Jesus, but only one returned to give thanks. This act of gratitude made him stand out. The story reminds us that gratitude transforms our outlook on life, allowing us to experience blessings more fully. In our daily lives, we often focus on what we lack rather than what we have. Practicing gratitude shifts our perspective, helping us see abundance rather than scarcity. A grateful heart attracts joy and fulfillment, turning even ordinary moments into extraordinary blessings. Lesson: gratitude brings joy and fulfillment. 8. Forgiveness and letting go. Philemon's reconciliation with Onesimus. Philemon chapter 16. Not now as a servant, but above a servant, a brother beloved. Philemon, a wealthy man, was asked to forgive his runaway servant, Onesimus, and accept him as a brother. This request challenged societal norms, but Philemon chose forgiveness, leading to a transformed relationship. Forgiveness isn't easy, especially when we feel wronged. Yet, like Philemon, letting go of resentment allows us to embrace new opportunities and restore relationships. Forgiveness frees us from bitterness, making space for healing and growth. Lesson: forgive freely, it opens doors to new possibilities. 9. Walking in faith, not fear. Jonathan and his armor-bearers' bold attack. 1 Samuel chapter 14 verse 6. And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised, it may be that the Lord will work for us. Jonathan, King Saul's son, faced overwhelming odds when he and his armor-bearer attacked a Philistine garrison. Rather than waiting for a larger force, Jonathan moved forward with faith, trusting that God would guide them. Jonathan's story shows that faith isn't about knowing every step, it's about trusting the next one. When we act with faith, we find strength to move forward, even when the path seems unclear. By choosing faith over fear, we discover new opportunities and overcome limitations. Lesson: take bold steps, trust beyond what you can see. 10. Embracing love in all we do. Hannah's dedication of Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 11. And she vowed a vow, and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid. Hannah, a woman of faith, prayed for a child and promised to dedicate him to God's service. When Samuel was born, she kept her vow, showing deep love and commitment. Samuel went on to become one of Israel's greatest prophets, impacting generations. Hannah's story teaches us that true love and commitment create legacies that last. When we act with love and dedication, we impact not only our own lives but also the lives of those around us. Living with love and purpose shapes a meaningful, fulfilling life. Lesson: live with love, it shapes a lasting legacy. Finally, to conclude, each of these lives shows that the journey from ordinary to extraordinary is built on small acts of courage, faith, and love. These qualities are available to each of us, they're the building blocks of a life that matters. By choosing to live with purpose, integrity, and gratitude, we can rise above the ordinary and embrace a life filled with meaning. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If these stories inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to Sen Lively social channel. Let's continue exploring wisdom that empowers us to lead lives of true purpose and fulfillment.